Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you enjoy, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the like button. As well as that, leave a comment down below and you'll be entered in our monthly shoutout giveaway. Today we'll be looking at the top 10 strangest meal requests on death row. Victor Feguer was tried and convicted of murder in federal court for his crimes. He was sentenced to death by hanging. Victor submitted an appeal, which was denied. At that point, only President John F. Kennedy could have halted the death sentence. Iowa's then Governor Harl Hughes, a death penalty opponent, along with Victor's attorney, contracted Kennedy to request clemency for Victor. Kennedy thought that the crime was so brutal that he denied their request. Victor was put to death at the age of 28. For his last meal, he requested a single olive with a pin in it. Timothy McVeigh was the American terrorist behind the Oklahoma City bombing, which killed 168 people and 680 others were injured. The bombing was the deadliest act of terrorism within the United States prior to the September 11 attacks, and till date, it remains the deadliest act of domestic terrorism in the United States. He was put to death in Indiana by lethal injection at the age of 33. He was sentenced to death for 168 counts of murder. For his last meal, McVeigh requested 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Angel Diaz was put to death in Florida by lethal injection at the age of 55. He was sentenced to death for murder, kidnapping, and armed robbery, though he maintained his innocence until his death. Diaz declined a last meal, so he was served the regular prison meal, which he declined to eat as well. Stephen Woods was sentenced to death after a jury convicted him of capital murders of a young drug dealer and his wife. In 2004, Woods was fighting for prisoner rights. In late 2006, Woods was part of a hunger strike in Pulaski to oppose death row inmates' treatment. The fairness of Woods' case and punishment was highly criticized by American philosopher, cognitive scientist, historian, and political activist Noam Chomsky. Woods' criminal case was supported locally and internationally. His final motion for a stay was denied on September 2, 2011. 11 days later, he was executed by lethal injection. He had a crazy last meal request, which is as follows: 2 pounds of bacon, large 4-meat pizza, 4 fried chicken breasts, 2 drinks each of Mountain Dew, Pepsi, root beer, and sweet tea, 2 pints of ice cream, 5 chicken fried steaks, 2 hamburgers with bacon, fries, and a dozen garlic breadsticks with marinara on the side. Serial killer John Wayne Gacy was put to death in Illinois by lethal injection at the age of 52. The killer clown was sentenced to death for rape and 33 counts of murder. For his last meal, Gacy requested 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC French fries, and a pound of strawberries. Ricky Ray was put to death in Arkansas by lethal injection at the age of 42. He was sentenced to death for 2 counts of murder. For his last meal, Rector requested and received a steak, fried chicken, cherry Kool-Aid, and a pecan pie. Rector left the pie on the side of the tray, telling the corrections officer who came to take him to the execution chamber that he was saving it for later. The slice of pecan pie was not disposed of until Rector had been executed. Robert Alton Harris was executed by gas chamber in 1992 for the 1978 murders of 2 teenage boys in San Diego. His execution was the first in the state of California since 1967. For his last meal, he wanted a 21-piece bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken, 2 large Domino's pizzas, ice cream, a bag of jelly beans, a 6-pack of Pepsi, and a pack of Camel cigarettes. Ronnie Threadgill was put to death in Texas by lethal injection at the age of 40. He was sentenced to death for murder. For his last meal, Threadgill requested baked chicken, mashed potatoes with country gravy, vegetables, sweet peas, bread, tea, water, and punch. However, Texas abolished the last meal choice in 2011, so Threadgill was just given the same meal as everyone else in his unit. Ronnie Lee Gardner received the death penalty for murder in 1985 and was executed by a firing squad by the state of Utah in 2010. Gardner's attorney said that his client did not want to attract attention and simply preferred to die this way because, in 1985, Gardner himself famously quoted, "I prefer to die of old age, Your Honor, but if that ain't possible, I'll take the firing squad." Gardner requested steak, a lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and to eat it all while watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Theodore Bundy was one of the most notorious serial killers in American history and was put to death in Florida by electric chair at the age of 43. He was sentenced to death for rape, necrophilia, prison escape, and more than 35 counts of murder. Bundy declined a special meal, so he was given the traditional last meal: steak cooked medium rare, eggs over easy hash browns, toast with butter, jelly, milk, and juice. With that being said, this will conclude today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. As well as that, don't forget to hit the notifications icon so you're always aware when we post videos. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.